What's good, y'all? My name Dre. Today we're going to be getting into the jacket section of the Supreme Fall Winter 2026 preview. To start off, we got the Supreme Jeff Hamilton box logo applique leather jacket. It's a dope jacket, lots of memorable, iconic box logos from over the years. It's going to be very limited and very expensive, so it's going to be hard to get. The Lynx Fox Fur Windstopper overcoat, it's alright. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the pattern, and also it reminds me of the MM6 Fox Fur jacket that they released the first time they collab. I'm not a fan of the brown one or the black one. And here's one of my favorite jackets so far, the Supreme Shot Leather Down Puffer Jacket. This is dope. You got a white colorway and a black colorway. The black one is the one. That's that grown man stuff. If it go on sale or I can get it later on down the line on the secondary market for cheaper, I'm gonna be after one of those. Then we got the Swarovski studded quilted leather jacket. Now this what pisses me off. This jacket is beautiful. I love the rust kind of look to the leather, but why did it need Swarovski crystals on it? Like on a leather jacket, especially a leather jacket that has like a rusted kind of worn finish like this one. It was beautiful without the rhinestones or Swarovski crystals, whatever you want to call them on it. It just, to me, it takes away from the jacket and it's going to increase the price highly too. Then we got the Supreme Vincent Leathers Cordura down jacket. Like I said in the lookbook where it was previewed, you got multiple colors here. You got a Arctic camo, a black, then you got the woodland camo. I think this jacket is horrible. The design just doesn't match or fit to a puffer jacket. This design is more so for a racing style jacket, and a puffer jacket should be simplistic. This has too much going on, and I'm not a fan of repeat designs. Then we have the Fox Fur Collar Car Coat. This is dope. I like that blue one. It's real nice. Not that wearable, but it's a nice piece to have if you have the funds to throw out there, to just be able to pull this jacket out from time to time on a special occasion or something. The black one is clean. It's a lot more wearable. You probably could wear this anywhere. This that type of jacket you throw a turtleneck on underneath it, put the jacket on and take somebody's mama out to eat. Now we got the Supreme BB Simon Fox Fur Windstopper Hooded Bomber Jacket. Here we go with the repeat designs again. Like I said in the lookbook review, we already seen this design before. If you can't come up with new designs, just ask to collab. There's no need to keep doing collabs if you just gonna keep doing the same stuff. We already seen this style jacket on the first puffer when they did the first collab. Now we got the Supreme Shot Distressed Leather Jacket in a black colorway and a red colorway. This is a clean jacket. Obviously they released a similar style, I think fall winter 2026, so I hope if you were interested in that jacket and missed out, I hope you didn't pay those crazy resale prices for it, because this jacket does the same thing as that one. It's basically the same. I think this one just has a slant pocket on the front of it, so that's the difference. I said I didn't care for the red one in the lookbook, but I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of clean, it's dope. I would wear both. Now we got the Supreme Alpha Industries Wool Hooded Bomber Jacket. Comes in a cheetah colorway and a black colorway. I mean, both of them are clean. I'm a fan of animal print, but I'm just kind of tired of them keep picking this one. So, I mean, they constantly use this pattern for their animal print. We got the Supreme Shot Hooded Shearling Coat in a brown colorway and a black colorway. This brown one is really reminiscent of the one that they released in fall winter 2025. Like I said, I'm kind of tired of the repeat designs. The only difference between this one and that one is this one has a hood on it. I'm just tired of the repeat designs. The black one is really nice, but we all know this jacket is going to be like $1,598, so automatic pass unless you got it like that. We have the 2-in-1 Paul's Meeson Gore-Tex Shell Reversible 700 Downfield Jacket in a black colorway and in a white and navy colorway. Like I said before, I said they might have a black one of this. Black jacket is dope, it's clean. The white and blue one is a little bit out there. If you got the kind of style that can pull that off, it's dope too. The design is reminiscent of the foam posit design that they released years ago. It also reminds me of the Lions puffy that they put out some years ago, and then they also kind of remade the design. So this kind of gives me the same vibes as that one. Now we have the Gore-Tex N2B jacket. Like I said in the lookbook, I'm not a huge fan of this jacket. It's not bad, but we get this Supreme Art logo all the time, and it kind of reminds me of the Supreme reflective hooded work jacket that they released last year. It kind of has the same outline kind of design that they did on that. And also they keep putting fur on these work jackets, and I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of them on all of them. The design works better on some than others. Like, to me, the fur works better on the jacket that doesn't have a lot of branding on it, and the branding is huge across the front of this jacket. I feel like it didn't need the fur, so it's a pass. It comes in 3 colorways. It comes in the red, comes in this weird kind of interesting kind of camo. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like that style of camo. It's different, and it comes in the black colorway. Then you have these reversible reflective down puffer jackets. I'm not a fan of any of these puffer jackets. I mean, they're cool if you're interested, but like I said, I don't need a puffer jacket to be reversible, and then it's reflective on both sides, so it's just doing a little bit too much for me. I just rather have a plain puffer jacket. No, they can keep this Mary J. Blige vest right here. It comes in 2 colorways, the fox fur windstopper vest. I think both of these are horrible. The Captain's varsity jacket, like I said in the lookbook, I'm not a fan of this varsity jacket. The varsity jacket has literally nothing on the front of it, and it has the 2 patches on the side. You have a nice hit on the back where it says Supreme NY, but that's not enough to pick this up in my opinion. The colorways aren't bad though. You got brown and white, and then you got this peach and black. I mean, I think the colorways are nice. I'm just not a fan of the design. Now, one of my favorite jackets that we've seen so far is the woven suede hooded work jacket. This first colorway, this purplish violet kind of color, is beautiful. And you also have a brown colorway and a black colorway. Black would be my last choice for this item because suede and black to me just, it's tricky. It can come across with real ashy and doesn't have as much sheen as other colorways. For me, the purple would be my first choice, and then it would be that brownish gold, you know, the typical Carhartt kind of color. So I like that one. But my only issue with this design, or I would say complaint, maybe nitpicking, I would take away the woven design and just let that suede speak for itself. I feel like the suede stands out more without the pattern. Next up, we got the Supreme Ackerman hooded work jacket. This smoke gray kind of color is beautiful on this jacket. It's dope. It's unique. I don't think we've seen them give us this kind of color work jacket, and also it's good to see Supreme collaborate with artists. As an artist myself, I love to see Supreme collaborate with artists who we might not know. It gives the artist some more exposure and kind of brings them a fan base that they might not have ever reached had they not collab with Supreme. So they get to build their audience, and we get to get put on to some new artists. I think it's dope. As far as the jacket goes, it comes in 2 colorways, the gray as I said, and the brown. For me, I probably would pick the gray one. I think it's a dope kind of shade for a work jacket. I think the artwork is cool too, but I'm just not sure it's something that I would wear a lot. And at this stage in my life, I'm about to be 32 years old. I don't want to buy stuff if I know I'm not going to wear it a lot. This jacket is probably going to be $3.98 or $4.98, so I wouldn't purchase it unless I know this is something I'm going to get a lot of wear out of. Here we go with the Vance and Leathers collabs again. We got a Supreme Vance and Leathers reversible quilted hooded jacket. I'm sure a lot of people will be interested in this piece. I think a lot of people love their fleece, and a lot of people love their reverse jackets. This jacket is going to be a pass for me. I just don't really see the need for a Vance and Leathers collab when it doesn't have anything except the branding on the sides and on the back. So this jacket will definitely be overpriced. I don't think everything needs to be a Vance and Leathers collab. Like, I think Supreme needs to really focus on strengthening their mainline stuff, because they're slapping collabs on everything, and this is an item it could have easily been done without the Vancing collab tag on it. So this would be a lot more expensive than it needs to be, and just off of that, it's a pass for me. We got the AOI Gore-Tex hooded jacket. I'm not gonna lie, this jacket is dope. I'm not even usually a fan of the Gore-Tex style jackets, but with the embroidery on the back, the AOI artwork with the angel kind of holding on to the gun, I think it's dope. And like I said in the lookbook, I thought the reddish, orange, gray, and blue colorway would be the best, and for me, that's the best colorway. You also have a white and black colorway, but it's just plain. For me, I'd get that orange, blue, and gray one if I was interested. We got the leather applique hooded work jacket. I'm not a fan of this design at all. You have the Supreme leather being wrapped around the back of the sides of the jacket. I'm not a fan of that. To me, you can't really see that. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of branding, but if you're gonna put it on there, it has to make sense. It's around the pockets area, and it just looks out of place. It looked like they tried to do the same kind of applique thing that they did on the previous work jacket with the Chanel. They had Supreme, I think, going across the back, and they also did some pants where they had Supreme wrapping around the back of the pants. I think this was inspired by that design, but this one doesn't work well at all. The colorways are dope though. You got a camo, you got a purple, and a black. That purple is dope. Another jacket that I'm really interested in is this fur-lined hooded field jacket. It comes only in, well, it comes in two colorways. You got the olive and the brown, and then you got this terrible flower print one. That flower print one looks terrible. It looks like something you put on your grandmother before you take her outside at the nursing home. This is awful. But this green, this olive green and brown one, yeah, it's beautiful. I love this jacket. I'm not sure what the price would be, but it gives me old vintage 90s hip hop vibes. Like, this like something I might have seen Nas wear in the 90s. We got an overprint jacquard denim trucker jacket. I'm not a fan of that multicolor one at all. The blue one is alright. It's dope. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will be interested in this. It gives off that Louis Vuitton monogram print, so I think a lot of people would be into that. And now another item that we always get a lot, we got the Fox Shirley line bomber jacket. The first colorway looks to be like a dirty wash kind of indigo color. Then we have a red and black colorway, a black colorway, and a brown colorway. I think the brown is probably the nicest for me, but all of these colors are pretty nice. I mean, none of them are bad. I feel like you could wear any of those. Now we have the Supreme Champion quilted satin line varsity jacket. These are dope. Well, I think the first colorway is dope. The navy with the gray and white. I love the color blocking on that. It's not the traditional kind of colorway. The color blocking is a little bit unique. Kind of gives off that New York Yankee vibe. So I'm sure a lot of New Yorkers and Yankees fans will gravitate toward this colorway. I feel like the black and the red colorway are both skips. Just a little bit too plain. They're alright, they're not bad, but they're a little bit too plain. I feel like that the first colorway was the one. Face mask Cordura down puffy jacket. You got a digi camo colorway, a purple colorway, and a black colorway. I'm sure people will probably go crazy for the black colorway. I'm not a fan of any of these because I'm not really a huge fan of face mask covering. It just gives off a negative connotation, and I just don't want to be associated with that. But I'm sure a lot of people will gravitate towards it. This digi camo one I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of digi camo in general, honestly. It just gives me ROTC vibes, reminds me of when I was in high school, so I'm not a fan of that. But the purple they use is nice, and everybody loves black, so I'm sure that black one is gonna go. We have a stand collar line nylon jacket. These are just basic. If you're looking for an everyday spring, fall jacket, maybe you be interested in this, but I feel like you could find something like that somewhere else. It doesn't have to be Supreme. I mean, there's literally barely any branding on it. I mean, It's just a basic jacket. You can find something like that elsewhere. We got the Supreme Umbro reversible fox fur pullover. These are alright. I'm not a huge fan of them. Like I said, I'm kind of tired of the reversible jackets. I feel like they got to do a better job of making both sides appealing if they're going to be reversible. Now we got the Supreme Umbro velour track jacket. I'm sure these come with the matching pants. You got a blue colorway, a pink colorway, and a black colorway. Black is clean, the pink and green is clean, and the blue is clean. Personally, I'd probably go for the pink and green one. I feel like it's a unique colorway, something you don't normally see green and pink combined together. It seems like it's something that wouldn't work, but it works on here. It's a nice, these are nice track jackets. We got the AOI fleece line track jacket. This is dope. AOI went crazy on the back of this jacket. I'm kind of wishing they would get a little bit better with the composition of the AOI jackets. I feel like they're constantly putting all of the artwork on the back. Like, and this artwork here is so cluttered. I'd rather some of the icons and designs would have been on the front of the jacket. I mean, I think sometimes it works better for all of the design to be on the back of the jacket, but for this one specifically, it's so plain on the front, it kind of looks out of place just on the back of it. But I love the AOI designs. I'd probably say this black one is the better one. I think the white contrast embroidery on the back, it stands out really well, so I think it's dope. A repeat jacquard fleece jacket. I feel like we just seen this design on something else. If I can find it, I'll put it up. I'm not a fan of any of these repeat designs, so automatic pass, and I don't need my clothes to say Supreme all over it. I mean, at least if you're gonna do it, it's got to be done in a cool way. Cross track jacket. I talked about these in the lookbook. I'm not a huge fan of the cross design. I feel like they didn't gave us that design multiple times. They did it on a cross box logo, and then they also had a similar design when they did the Supreme Thrasher collab not too long ago. So I feel like that kind of cross design is getting played out in my opinion, but to each his own. They got some nice colorways. You got black, olive, like a light blue, and a burgundy. A Supreme Umbro cotton ripstop track jacket. There's nothing wrong with these. These are just plain, but nice colorways. The pink one is probably my favorite. Nothing special though. I'm kind of getting tired of the Umbro collabs. I feel like they could do something different. We got the contrast zip track jacket. These are another item that they're starting to become repetitive with. We've seen these not too long ago. Not these specific colorways, but they definitely put these jackets out before this design. For me, I'd probably say the red with the pink contrast is my favorite. Outside of that, this will be a pass. Now we got the Puppies fleece jacket. I'm not gonna lie, I think a lot of people will love this item. Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of this. It just gives me substitute teacher vibes, or I'm not a fan. It's not horrible, but I'm not a huge fan of this repeat pattern all over the jacket of the dogs. I mean, I'm sure the dog lovers will love this. Coach's jackets. We get these every season. They slap some kind of Supreme logo on the back of them or the front of them. I'm not a fan of this. The branding is on the back of the jacket, towards the bottom. Put it at the bottom of the jacket. At least you could have did was centralized it in the middle of the jacket so it's more visible. Like, you got the Supreme almost close to the butt of the jacket. It's a pass. Another repeat item. We got the spell out embroidered Polartec jacket. We had this exact design on the track jacket not too long ago, but now it's on the Polartec jacket. It's a pass for me. I'm not supporting lazy design, so they can keep that. We have a Polartec reversible hooded track jacket. These are plain. They're not bad, but I think the thrill for most people that buy Supreme, they love their stuff to say Supreme, and this doesn't have enough of that branding on it for them. For me, I'm not a huge fan of a whole lot of branding, but this is just a plain jacket. There's nothing nice about this. It's also reversible. We have the micro down half zip hooded pullover. This is another repeat design. Boy, this jacket section is horrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's full of nothing but repeat designs, repeat silhouettes. You got this black colorway. This kind of checkered, looks to be red and navy colorway. A black and white checkered colorway. Looks to be like a dark kind of olive or brown, and a light blue. I'm not a fan of any of these. These come out every season. Don't waste your money on this. Stop supporting lazy design. Let them sit on this inventory, let it go on sale. Or if they don't want to put it on sale like they've been doing, let this sit at the back of their warehouse forever. I'm sure they'll release them again if they don't sell out. We got this field wool suit, comes in a plaid colorway. It's not bad. It's a cool plaid. I mean, it's interesting to see on the suit. And then you have the regular black suit. But like I said in the lookbook, if you're looking for a suit, go look at other places. Don't just spend all your money on a suit because it says Supreme. You can find another suit somewhere else that's probably better than this. Well, not probably, more than likely you will find better options than the suits here at better prices. Now that's it for the jacket section. And let me tell you, I'm highly disappointed in this. For me, the jacket section and the pants section is always my favorite section of the Supreme lookbook. That's the two sections that I always go to first because I love my outerwear. And I always feel like a good pair of jeans can set off a fit with a simple shirt. And so far, this jacket section, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. I really feel like it should be worse because I've seen maybe 2 jackets that I like, in 2 or 3 jackets that I like. I like the AOI Gore-Tex jacket. I like the shot leather down puffer jacket. And I like the leather Swarovski jacket. I just wish it wasn't Swarovski. I feel like that jacket would have been so clean just without no branding on it. It just was a beautiful color jacket that you could throw a pair of Timbs on and just go.